Hello my crafty friends, it's Beverleigh here over at Crafting Chaos, and we're here with lesson 9 for newer users to Brothers Canvas Workspace, and today I'm using on the Canvas Workspace online. So this is now for using the basic shapes to create frames, and then what I'm intending to do, I'm going to show you how to make a basic frame and how it's different from when you're just making, say, two rectangles, one inside the other, and how it works differently, especially if you're going to link them together to create, say, a cluster of frames that you might want to use on a scrapbooking page. So that's what we're going to be doing. Alright, so let's get to it. So I'm over on Canvas Workspace and I'm logged in, and I'm going to go into the basic shapes, but I'm first of all going to zoom in so you can see the mat, and we're going to start with a basic square. So I'm just going to bring in that square and put it on the mat. And so you can see what's happening, I'm going to flood it with colour. So we'll just make it a nice colour, arbitrary colour, so you can see what's happening. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to edit and create an offset line, and I want to come inwards, and I want it to be about 1/2 inch. So just over. It's irrelevant exactly how much, but just about like that. So now we've got the works of a basic frame. Now, if you were to just cut that out on your scan and cut as it is, it would obviously cut this line here and this line here. So effectively you would have a frame, which is fine if you only want to make one frame. However, if you wanted to weld a couple of frames together to make a cluster, so I'm just going to bring on an oval shape. So let me just find a nice oval. So that's a nice one. I'm going to rotate it by 90 degrees so that it's on the other orientation. So to do that, I've got it selected. I'm in the properties box and I've typed in 90 and then said OK, and that's rotated it. And I'm just going to move that to that side a little bit, and I'm going to make this slightly bigger. And again, whilst it's selected, I'm going to go on Edit and create an offset, which is this one here. And again, I want to go inwards, and again, I want it to be around about the 0.5 mark, and say OK. So again, effectively, if I put some colour in those, you'll see that we've created, which would cut 2 individual frames. That's not a problem. Sorry, I didn't mean to move that one. The problem we've got is if you were then wanting to make a cluster of frames, like by overlapping this frame with this frame and welding them together, and perhaps even having another one alongside it, and we'll go for a heart, so we can end up with a cluster of frames, if you will. So again, just bringing on that heart shape, I think I'm just going to select both of those, and I'm going to edit and group them initially, and I'm just going to make them ever so slightly bigger, and then I'm going to ungroup. So that means it's done it proportionally. I haven't done anything other than that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to just make this one slightly bigger, and then I'm going to edit again, create an offset line, and I again want to go inwards and about 0.5-ish. It doesn't have to be exact. And that's going to go inwards. So that's giving us that shape. I'm just going to now just undo that because I didn't like the shape that had come out at. So I think I'm just going to make that a little bit wider. I'm going to go Edit, process the overlay, offset line, and we'll try bevel and see how that comes out, because I didn't like the shape of the inside of that heart. Let's see what this one's looking like. And that's a bit better. It's not ideal, but you get the idea. So again, if I fill that with colour, we've now got, if we cut those individually, we've got 3 different frames. That would be a frame, that would be a frame, and this would be a frame. The problem you've got is that they're not actually frames. The scan and cut will not see them as a frame. And if we sort of bring them together like so, with the idea of welding everything together, it's not going to weld. Has there been for them things? And weld. Now what's happened now is it's welded the shapes together. No, it's welded the shapes together, but it's not actually given us frames. It's just welded everything together because those shapes had not been removed. And the simple solution to that is to just click on the frames that you want to change. So I've just selected both parts of this yellow frame, and then I'm going to process the overlap and subtract, and that's punch the hole out. Then I select the other two, edit, process overlap and subtract, and finally with the heart shape, edit, process the overlap and subtract. Then we can arrange them on our page so that we're happy with the layout. And then when you're happy, you can then edit and weld the shapes together, and then you've got a cluster of frames. So now hopefully that's shown you how the shapes can be welded together and how frames are made. So then, once you've done that, you've got your shapes together, welded together as a cluster, and you could have played around with the placement of that as much or as little as you like, and then you'd end up with a cluster of frames. So that's it for lesson 9. I hope you've enjoyed it and you've understood the difference now between having two shapes and how to make them into a frame that you could then weld together, because it is a slightly different operation. Alright, as always, please like, share and subscribe. Make sure you leave comments below if you've got anything from the video. Hopefully you have. And we'll look forward to seeing you in my next video. So thanks for watching. Thank you. Bye.